Hi, welcome. We are
Ah,
doing the anthology of a showgirl, and
yes,
we are starting with back to the beginning, debut, era one, and we are just making a series of 12 videos that go over every era, right?
we're going to go over every era and we're going to break down the track number that correlates with the number of that era.
Yes.
We're getting a little mathy, but not
We're
really
getting a little
because
mathy.
we don't like math. But
This is the
well,
only
maybe
kind of math that we like.
the only math we like is Swift math.
Swift math.
Um, we did not introduce ourselves.
We
We
didn't.
have
I'm Holly. Hi, how are you? How is everyone?
hello. I'm Taylor.
Yay! And
Yay!
we are talking about debut, but first we're going to light our Swiftie candles, right?
Yes, because this is Burning Bridges. We've had so much going on with Dr. Taylor Allison Swift lately that we have not even been burning our candles, but we are going to light it up.
I love this candle.
I
It's like
love
my
Mike. I know you're so cute. I tried to buy one like a fake prayer candle off Etsy and it like got canceled or something. So I think
Oh no.
sometimes the shops shut down or they they can't fulfill the order or whatever. So
Yes. Just gonna put this over here. Hopefully I
ready
won't catch on fire.
Yeah, right. I've already
So I have my debut hair, everyone. It took me like 6 hours to do this.
Yes, and Holly and I did not plan this. By the way,
We didn't.
We're just Swiftie sisters, and so we read each other's minds.
Totally. And our hair is pretty much the same, and so is our outfit. So
Yep.
craziness.
Mm-hmm.
Craziness. All right.
So Holly, take us back in time because I will preface the first couple eras that we do this. And I was obviously alive and prescient during those times, but I was not locked into the Taylor Swiftness of it all. So Holly is going to be our resident era expert for at least the first handful of eras.
Yay. Well, that's exciting because that's like my favorite thing to be.
I know.
So I will tell you like briefly, and this is like so strange that we're doing this right now because I was just back in Maryland for my brother. He has started a band and they played at the In the Streets festival in Frederick.
Fun.
I know. And the reason why I'm telling you all this, I mean, and they were amazing. I just have to say, like, they were like seriously good. So anyway, so the reason why I'm telling you this is because that festival in Frederick, the In the Streets Festival, is the first time I ever saw Taylor Swift. And that was right before debut came out.
Amazing.
So I know. And had I known then what I know now, I probably would have acted a little differently. Seeing
you
her.
probably could have met her at that time because I'm sure she was very accessible at that point.
Oh my God. It's like hyper accessible. Like I was literally standing right by there eating a soft pretzel. Like this was like no big deal. You know what I mean? She had the Office Depot like banner that said Taylor Swift.
That is so cute. Do you have any pictures?
I don't because cell phones.
That's true. We are.
I didn't bring a camera, and there was like literally no cell phones that had the cameras at the time. Isn't that crazy to think about?
I mean,
like no, it wasn't even.
But no, because I lived through it. But
yeah, it wasn't even like a thing that.
No, because that was that like 2005, 2006?
About 2006, yeah.
2006, okay.
Yeah, 2006.
Yep. So we've got like maybe a flip phone and like a very crappy picture, maybe.
I don't even think
if you had that capacity on your phone.
Yeah, like texting was there wasn't even an emoji yet.
Right. No, texting was like you have to hit the button 3 times.
Yes. I don't think that there was. I don't think that I mean, I definitely know that my phone didn't have a camera on it at that time period. I don't know if anyone's did, but I mean, we still rolled around like disposable cameras and like actual physical cameras and like film and shit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So anyway, it was so lovely. So anyway, so being there this weekend and then coming back and like doing this, it's like, wow, it's like
really so perfect.
Totally like a full circle moment. So I was a person who immediately loved her music. Like I
That's so great.
immediately loved it. And I loved her writing right off the bat. I thought it was just refreshing and amazing. I loved Tim McGraw so much. Like I loved this song so much. When it came out,
We're going to be doing Tim McGraw.
we are going to be doing Tim McGraw.
We forgot to mention that. Again, that's okay.
On. But I don't know. This era was so interesting because it was the beginning. We didn't know what was going to happen. I just was like on MySpace and like loving Taylor and like, oh my God. And I don't know if like you remember that.
I mean, I remember MySpace. Like yes.
I don't hold on. And this might actually be in the Fearless era that I'm telling this. Yeah, it is. I'll save it for Fearless because I already told the story once, but like it's really funny. Anyway, so this time period was just like, I mean, everything was like just happening. You know what I mean? The cultural dynamics in country music at that time were, I would say, adult themed, like adult, like there wasn't like anyone in her age bracket really. I mean, there was Leanne Rimes, but that was like a while before. Do you know what I mean?
It wasn't. Leanne started very, very young.
Very young.
Like 7 or 9 or something when
and also like out. She also got like kind of like pigeonholed. I remember in like everyone thinking like, oh, she's the new like Patsy Cline. Do you remember like that kind of like verbiage around Leanne Rimes? So she was like sort of like, you know, in that group of country music. Taylor was a whole different animal because she was young, but she always had like a pop ness to her. Do you know what I mean? And this like the things that she wrote about were so in this she wasn't, you know, 14, 15, 16 going on 35. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't
right.
No,
like, she was her age.
She was her age and she was singing about her like being her age, which was so absolutely unique to her when and to it was so refreshing for like, you know, the youth. The youth. It was just so refreshing and I loved this era. No one, I mean no one knew the degree.
How could you possibly?
No one knew
what she would become. I mean, who would guess that in a million?
It's so wild. It's so wild to think about. I mean, it truly is. It's such a beautiful trajectory. You know what I mean? And I feel very blessed to have been there from the very beginning. Although it doesn't matter. Like I always say this, like, you know, it doesn't matter like when you become a Swiftie and it doesn't matter. And like, Taylor meets you where you are every time. And you discover her when you need her the most. So
that's very true. And I find that 98% of Swifties are there to answer questions, to fill you in, to tell you inside jokes. And people, most people, I mean, because there's always outliers.
Yep.
We're not gatekeeping. We want everybody to share.
I literally hate gatekeeping of all sorts. Like gatekeeping is the worst trait you can have. And I experience it quite frequently. And it's unfortunate because it's like, instead of taking something that is like, it's a joy to be a Swiftie. You know what I mean? And it's also like a really great thing to be like, to lift people up and to include everyone in this joyful thing. Like I wouldn't want to have all of my experiences as a Swiftie bottled up and, you know, like saved and like not be able to share with anyone else or not be able to like let them experience it too. I think it's really just kind of selfish and I don't know.
I mean, well, I for a very long time was, as I say, an undercover Swiftie. I loved from Red era on. I loved Taylor Swift, but I rarely told people about it. I didn't share that with people. It was just something that I kept. I didn't even know. It wasn't just anything that I discussed. I wasn't part of the community at large, and that's why it's been such a joy this past year to be so deep in, you know, and just really experience it and make up for lost time, so to speak.
Absolutely. And also, like, let's just say this, like, if you're a secret Swiftie, that's okay too. You know what I mean? Like, it, like, some people are just like uncomfortable, like being like, you know, out there, you know, doing, you know what I mean? Like, that's cool. Like, that's cool.
Absolutely.
You know?
Unfortunately, there are always going to be people out there who will try to steal your joy, will try to negate your joy, will try to tell you that the things that make you happy aren't the right thing or the cool things or whatever. And it's just, it's unfortunate. And but it does take a lot of strength and maturity and just I think maybe some life experience sometimes too, to be able to not care about those things, because we all
I agree
what people think of us, and that's
I agree. Like, I literally don't care what anyone thinks about me.
Well, right. And again, I think that's our age is a
and I just like
been through so much shit that who cares if they make fun of us for being a Swiftie? Like, that is the least of my concerns. Everything else in the world and in my life, and you know, it's like, once you have the really big stuff happen to you, which we both have had, that stuff becomes a lot easier to tolerate or just brush off.
Yeah, absolutely, without question. And I think that joy should be shared and it shouldn't be contained. And I think that, you know, there's just people that are focused on bringing people up and not squishing them down. You know, I think that it's just a really important way to live your life, is to make everyone's light brighter and not smaller. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so the other thing that like kind of goes along with this exact topic for this era, in my opinion, is like, this was like the start of, I mean, this was like Taylor becoming this absolute champion for women, for girlhood, for expressing your emotions via songs in a way that is not like in a diaristic way. You know, this was a very it sounded so new, it sounded so honest, it sounded so raw, it sounded so real, it sounded like, I absolutely like you mean, I hate that stupid old pick a drop, you never let me drive, you know what I'm saying? Like, all of these things were real in our lives. You know, we had experienced them. It wasn't something like, well, when I'm 35, maybe I'll really understand this song. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And the thing about Taylor is I don't think she's ever really tried to be cool.
Oh, no, definitely not. And no, definitely not.
No. And it's like, you know, there are so many people who, you know, from the outside of the Swiftie community will say things about her, the way she dresses or how she does make different choices in her life, and that's fine, but she's not trying to be that thing that they want her to be. No. And that's I think that's part of the
magic.
Yeah, it's absolutely part of the magic, because
it's part of the magic, because she just like, no, I'm just going to be who I am. You know what I mean? Just period. Like, I'm just going to be who I am. I'm going to sing what I'm going to sing about. But then she also has this like incredible ability to like see, and it also like what's so unique about her is that she cultivated the Swiftie community from day one into what it is today. Like, it was never like we're switching directions and not. She was so involved. She was so involved in her fans online, and you know, the secret codes like that. You like the uppercase letters and the albums and the Easter eggs and this like, I'm going to let you in and like figure out some of the things that I'm talking about.
Really had a very clear vision. She was able from such a young age to step back and say, what do I like and what engages me with my favorite artists? And how can I use that from the jump to, you know, even if she didn't have this enormous fan base yet, it's not like she was waiting for something to happen. She just dove in head first and said, this is how I'm going to do it. And
she really centered it around like having almost like she almost I mean, she did sort of like, how can I make this like parasocial in a good way, in a way?
Yes,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Like, how can I do this? And if I do it now, no matter what I do, like they're going to be so invested in my story. And like the other thing that we can't escape is that like from the beginning, she's been a writer. She's a songwriter. She's a
Yes.
lover of literature. And so she knows that right off the jump, you know what I mean? That if you invest in a character, you know what I mean? Like when you're reading a book, you invest in their happy ending, in their journey. You invest in that. So she's like, how can I make me the central character of all these people's lives, that what can I do that will make them invest in my journey to the levels that I have invested in other characters that I have read about in, you know, in the stories that I truly love, in the books that have changed my life. And she did that to such an incredible degree of accuracy and detail from the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, like from the beginning. And that is wild. And it will never be like it will never be. I mean, of course, like other artists are going to try to do it, and they do, you know, take bits and pieces, but really you can't really duplicate it because hers started organically.
That's true.
Do you know what I mean? Like it was an organic mission. Like this is how I hope this works out. This is what I'm betting on.
Yeah, and she absolutely fine-tuned and figured, you know, not everything worked, and that's okay. But
yeah, not everything worked, but the most of it did, though. Like most of her marketing did work because she really never steered away from the main character and how can I take my real life and create stories out of them and all these other characters and use their like these other people in my life to move my hero's journey forward. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's brilliant marketing. Do you know what I mean? Like you look at all the bullies and all of the feuds and all the things that have created like the most lore, which is another like key to storytelling is you must have villains and you have to have lore and you have to have a character that has like really defined sense, like a moral compass that's really attuned and like a real hard set of like principles and you know all these things that they like ideals that they live by, and she created her character in such a powerful, awesome way. And it started right in these songs. I mean, it really started with like, this is what love is. This is what it's not. This is what's right. This is what's wrong. This is, you know, what you did to me is wrong. And this is how you should make it right. And if you can't make it right, then I'm leaving. And like, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, it's like this black and whiteness, you know what I mean? This good versus evil, just versus unjust. She's very much defined by this. And it started from the beginning. I mean, it's like amazing. Yeah. It started from the beginning.
Absolutely. And that's why, you know, there are college courses being taught now on not only her writing, but her business strategies, her marketing strategies, her engagement, not her wedding engagement, her engagement with her fans.
Absolutely.
And things like that. And why so many pop artists are doing things like Easter eggs and having eras and things like that, because it works.
It does work. I am going to be like the cynic here and just say, like, I don't think it will ever work as well, though. Like,
no, I agree.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it does work, but I really do believe that, like, she does it the best because it, like, no one had to tell them to change course. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, there are little tweaks, yes, everyone.
Yeah, of course.
Like, she's not like, I'm going to all of a sudden not, like, you know, write from this perspective and pull the things that we already knew were happening from like tabloids and like all kinds of things, like pulling those key moments that we saw in pop culture back into her songs to like validate the story in our own heads. Like that is brilliant work. And like no one was doing that.
Right.
No one.
It allowed her to own the narrative
completely
and play it in the direction that she wanted to play it.
Totally. And cultivate these characters in the way she wants us to see them. Do you know what I mean? Like,
absolutely. I mean, look at how we talk about Joe. Look at how we talk about Maddie. Look at how we talk about John. We don't know these people, but we see them as characters that is
totally
emphasize
that right, that like they're yeah, and like she crushed them, you know, with her like moral compass, with her like right versus wrong attitude, like not attitude, but like these hard like it's like every superhero, you know what I mean, has these convictions and these like transformations and these things that guide them, you know, through all of these, you know, through all these villainous things and all of the stuff. And she has truly made her life an incredible work of art. And her like character defining is so immaculate. I mean, because who's like, what Swiftie is really going to sit around and go like, when I think of John Mayer, I get a happy feeling? No one.
Right.
Like no one.
Absolutely.
No Swiftie.
No.
And
I can still enjoy some of his music, but him as a person.
And that's like such good character, like writing from her and like, you know, telling her story and being bold enough to like say the profound like ups and downs. Like that's the other thing. She's like, she could, you know, really like present her life as like nothing ever goes wrong. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like she really could. Like there's nothing for me to be sad about. Like I'm super successful and I'm this and I'm that and like I do whatever I want. Like but she keeps it very human. And you know, we've had these conversations several times together where we're like, we think that you know, like Taylor presents herself as being so normal, like a normal person, you know what I mean? But when
living a very abnormal life.
Yeah, but like when you think about like what her daily life must be like, it's totally not normal, right? It's like we have no idea. Like it's crazy the amount of like things, but she has made herself so accessible. She's never lost that like I am still a human being that you know feels the exact same things as you do and deals with the exact same heartaches and triumphs and love and joy and all the things, sadness and fear, like all of those things I still live. And like there's very few celebrities that like let you ever see their vulnerability. You know what I mean? Yes. They'll just like, oh, I'm rich and this and that and like, you know what I mean?
I'm a baller. I'm a this. I'm a that.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
you know, I'm the date is
exactly. And she's like, nah, I'm crying. You know what I mean? And I'm like sad and I'm this and I'm heartbroken. I'm reflecting and I'm not getting over it. And I'm pissed and I'm mad and I'm like furious and you know I'm seeking like revenge on something and I'm like not gonna let it go and I'm over the top happy and I'm like in love and I'm not and I was betrayed, like all of these things.
So real. It's so
real because that's real life.
It's real life. And again, it's like not being cool. Like the cool person would like let some of these things go or at least publicly.
Totally. Yeah, absolutely. Or she would have gone to, you know, where the most focus was at that time period, like in music. She would have been like, well, I think I'm gonna like try to just start right off the bat, be a little bit edgier, be a little bit this, you know, be a little bit like more like alternative-y and like whatever. But she's like, now I'm gonna like yeah, a little more Avril Lavigne, a little more like whatever the thing, you know. The other thing that's like so unique about her, and it's such a like incredible, it's actually been like a double-edged sword, which is it just shows how like screwed we are in society. But like the way that she preserved her youth for such a long time, like her innocence.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I'm sure that there were times she's like, I got to get out of it because I'm like growing up. You know what I mean? Like, I can't be this like, you know, like, like I'm a woman now. You know what I mean? But the way that she's like never succumbed to like just be sexy all the time when you're like 14 or like, you know, 18 or whatever, like, you know, you could think about like, look at the Britneys, not to like talk shit about Britney because I'm not,
right.
You know, like she's just a product of a huge machine that like does, you know, I mean, like
absolutely
that does women disservice all the time. But like Christina Aguilera, like all like any pop, like Madonna, even. I mean, like look,
it really felt like it had to be done, especially if you started at a very young age. that you had to, as a woman, show that, oh, I'm a woman now. And that was the way to do it. It wasn't just, oh, I turned 18.
No.
Now I have to have my sexy era.
Correct. And like, yeah.
I don't think that's as prevalent. It still happens, obviously, but it's not prevalent as it was. And part of that is just we've moved on as a society,
right?
A tiny bit, but part of it is because she was able to successfully bridge over that gap from child star to adult star, and I mean, it was such a great progression in terms of tweaking her image, tweaking her lyrics, adding, you know, F-bombs and this and what she was talking about, very subtly talking about sex to very outright talking about sex. Like it just turning those notches up.
Totally. When she felt comfortable doing it.
When she felt comfortable doing it.
And she's not like, she's never, I mean, honestly, like when the Eras tour started, the vigilante shit was like the most risque, I feel like, routine she had ever done.
And there were
and it was not even
there
like
pearls over it. My children are going to see so. Like
what?
She's,
like,
you know, JoJo Siwa, like a children's performer.
Right. Like,
but also I think we do also, I don't think you can escape talking about this time period without talking about the hold that purity culture had.
Oh, I know. I was just getting into that because it was crazy. And this was so, it was such a bizarre time period because it was, oh my God, the way, it was really weird. It was very intrusive. And it was like this bizarre gauge in which we like society at large, I don't know, accepted people in, but like at the same time, again, I'm going back to Britney Spears. We all remember when every reporter straight up would ask her if she was a virgin or not.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Can you imagine being invaded about your personal life over and over again?
And she wasn't even 18. Stop asking her if she's a virgin or not.
I know.
You know, like everyone was
a Disney. Yeah, if you were a Disney star, if you were the Jonas Brothers, or I don't know if
Justin Timberlake, because he was like
true.
You know, but
had the purity rings. They always had to talk about it. It was, and then it's what do you do if you are this person in the spotlight who's known to have the purity ring or whatever, and what happens if you are a very human person and you're in a relationship or not even in a relationship and you have sex? What then?
Well, then you get judged.
You get judged, or you don't tell, but you're constantly fearful it's going to come out in the. I mean, I can't imagine.
It's insane. Well, yeah, because it's a lose. It's absolutely, it's a lose.
If they even believed it, or if it was forced on them to have that image.
I think it was forced for pressure. Like I still don't really understand. It was power and control also of women, because like the men didn't get it that bad, but like Britney was constantly being harassed endlessly by every reporter, even women reporters. Are you a virgin?
Yes.
Oh, you have it. Are you saving yourself till marriage? Weird.
And conversations about her body. And
did you get a boob job? Are those your real boobs? She's like, I mean, it's just very strange. And then when she grows up, like, you know, gets a little bit older, it's like, well, now instead of like you being our like little angel, you know, America's sweetheart, now you are like the fallen like star because you've succumbed to being like
you can't win.
You know what I mean?
And you know, she's not in a relationship with Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake gets the song out first to make it, you know, to try to control the narrative of whatever. It's it's still very, very hard to be a woman in the public sphere now. I'm not discounting that at all. But back in the early 2000s,
oh my God,
the body image stuff, the sexuality stuff, the invasive stuff, the purity culture stuff.
Purity culture was very weird.
Yes. And she was in the country music sphere, which the religion, purity culture, all that kind of stuff is just assumed on you. Back then, even more so.
Even more so. And I mean,
country music was, and goes to the fake accent. If she had tried to go into the country music genre and did not have a Southern accent, she wouldn't have made it.
No way.
It was very, very, very
deliberate,
exclusive.
Absolutely. Yeah. And she did that deliberately, which is also just a super smart business move. But like, she also saw, like, look what happens to the people that they put on the pedestal. Like, look how, like, the height of, like, Britney, like, I'm gonna keep bringing her up because this was, like, very much like this. Taylor saw that, you know, from a growing up perspective, where it's like Britney was put on this massive pedestal. Oh, like, I remember, like, all the parents loved her, all the, like, yay, Britney, like, all of this. And then it's like when she hit a certain age where it's like, now you're coming into, like, true, like, changes in your life because you're human. Then it was like, oh no, she's a bad influence. She's a bad influence. Now we got what? Wait, where did that purity ring go? What is up with this cover of Rolling Stone where it looks like she's in her pajamas with holding a teddy bear? What does this, like, mean? Oh my god! But, like, more importantly, who's this guy taking the picture? Like, she wasn't even 18. Why was this the setup for, you know, for this photo shoot, which that she had no control over? She takes it, and all of a sudden the world hates her. Like, you know, it's just like, you can't win. You know, you just can't. You can't win. And
many parents expecting pop stars or actors or actresses to, I don't know, parent their children. Like, I don't know, sit down and have a discussion with your kid and say, I personally don't like this because X, Y, and Z, or I don't want you to do X, Y. That's parenting. Britney Spears is not the parent. And then it was it not 2008 where Britney had the complete meltdown? So we're right in that same time.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And Taylor is watching this and seeing this, and obviously doesn't want that for her life.
No. And she knows it's coming. She knows it's on the horizon if she makes any crucial, critical bad move. You know what I mean? So she played it so good. She played it so strict. I mean, I feel bad for her because, I mean, I feel like she had to censor herself like to an alarming rate.
I think she had to, or felt she had to have an incredibly cultivated image.
Without question.
It's just that the cultivated image that she created was so good, and it was so relatable, and it was based on who she really is.
Yeah, confining.
There was genuine Taylor coming through that cultivated image, and that's where the marker of success is.
It was, but, like, I think, like, in debut for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think as we got into, like, Speak Now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, she still had to, like, she had to deal with that shit even then. You know what I mean? And she's like, I'm like, why is everyone allowed to grow up besides me?
Yeah.
Like, who are these people? Yeah. I mean, it's wild. It is wild what our society has done to women over.
I know we could have, like, a whole separate podcast.
Whole thing. So anyway,
that. But let's talk about the first really smart thing she did was her first signal being about an incredibly popular country music star.
Oh, absolutely. No, this was the best marketing that's ever been. She's like
absolutely genius.
It is genius because McGraw was, like, the artist at the time. Like, he was in the country world, and even actually like crossover, like him and Faith Hill and all this stuff. Like, they had like some, like, crossover appeal. And she's like, well, if I name my song Tim McGraw, like, everyone's going to relate to it because he's the biggest artist in this genre of music right now. But also, like, I'll get his attention for sure. But also, like,
they'll want to hear the song because it's about somebody that they like,
that they love. Yeah,
about Tim McGraw. Oh, but
absolutely,
what's interesting
brilliant.
Is she didn't name the song Tim McGraw.
I know, but it's brilliant.
It is brilliant. She didn't. Yeah, it was. So Scott Borchetta. Yeah. I will never in a million years say his last name right because I'm always
call him just
Bruschetta. But yeah, he was the. Do you know what her original title for the song was? Because I've never been able to find.
I don't.
That not that I've looked that deeply, but
I don't. I'm unaware of what it what the original.
It's probably like your favorite song or something. I mean, I'm sure it was something from the actual song, but
probably.
So the lore behind this song, I love so much as somebody who spent many a high school class writing love songs, writing notes to love poems, writing notes to my friends, or writing on the back of my hand or on my jeans, or not focusing at the task.
Yeah, right. I understand.
Basically.
Yes. I understand. Yep. Absolutely. I love this.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't know. I love this song. I love that she wrote this in math.
She wrote it in math class. She was, just for anybody who's unfamiliar with the lore, she was 14. She was a freshman in high school, so around 14, I think.
She was dating a senior.
And who his only comment about the song was that it was cute.
Well, I mean,
such a boy thing to say.
It is. That's such a senior high schooler boy thing to say.
It is. It's cute. And she was thinking about him going to college and that he was going to be leaving. So she wrote this.
Yeah.
And that's basically the storyline of the song.
Absolutely.
And the music video, to an extent, of her kind of writing this letter to Johnny.
Yeah. Drew.
It is to Drew, but in the video,
yes.
Letters to Johnny, because the music video is filmed on an estate of Johnny Cash.
Yes.
Which I love that little nod. I think it's...
I do too. She's so cute.
She's always so respectful of the people who came before her and opened the doors, and
without question
she respects. And I bet she was completely excited to film, even if she didn't meet Johnny Cash. It just being, I mean, obviously she couldn't, but being in his realm, so to speak.
Yes, agreed. I love that. I love that she is so respectful from the everyone that's inspired her before. I think that's just an incredibly important thing. And just wonderful. I mean, I love Taylor. Okay. So
here's always been my question about this song. Why Georgia? Why the Georgia stars? Because she wasn't in Georgia?
I think that, I don't know why, actually, because she was in Tennessee.
Right.
Probably just sounds the best.
Tennessee wouldn't fit in, but Nashville would.
But I think that
maybe she was still trying to be a tiny bit anonymous, maybe? I don't know.
I feel like it just sounds really good.
It does sound really good.
Yeah. I mean, it just has that.
I mean, you don't even, I don't think I made that connection or came up with that question until I had heard the song several times and kind of went, wait, Georgia.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those
literary license.
Yeah, absolutely.
License.
Yeah,
sure.
I just think it sounds really. I think it just sounds excellent. Okay. And I mean, she could have said also Texas, because the thing is stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas.
Oh yes, I know. I watched Pee-wee. I know.
But yeah, I mean, I think just Georgia just sounds more. It just sounds like, well, first of all, I feel like Georgia has so much this is gonna sound weird, but like Southern romantic stories, or
it just kind of that swampy gothic kind of.
Yeah, and just sure. Savannah. I don't know. There's just this I don't know. It's it just sounds. I think it just sounds the best.
It does. I love that there are so many things in this song that are so Taylor core. There's dancing. There's mentioning of colors and eyes. There's a little black dress. There's so many, the stars. There's so many,
so many metaphors. There's so many allegories. There's so many comparisons. There's so many. This is when you see this is going to be a great writer right here.
Yeah, it's almost
all the literary tools.
The perfect prologue to her entire writing catalog.
Agreed. The storytelling, you can feel the story. You can feel these characters. You can also feel it in yourself. You know what I mean? Like this song is so relatable that it's incredible, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
it's also, and how she like goes through time, and this is like the first time we get to see like this awesome trick that she pulls where it's like it starts out in one time period and then we go through like now she's like reminiscing and now we're thinking about like 3 summers ago.
yeah.
And you know what I mean, like all of the full circling, switching like keywords to, you know, really like stab at the heart and show like the fleetingness of like youth, like it time wise, and you know, all of these things. She's so good at it. She's the best at it. I don't think there's anyone better at it than her at this. Do you think?
No, I don't think there is anybody who can flip the script essentially lyrically, or who can paint such an amazing picture. I mean, certainly there are so many amazing songwriters, singer-songwriters,
absolutely,
who have incredible skills, but in terms of the way she plays with language, I think is really
she's really in the top echelon of songwriters. I mean, she just is. And the also like, so let's talk about like, she not only, I forgot to say this part about the name Tim McGraw, not only just like using the biggest star in country music at the time, like using his name or naming it, then naming the song after him, but the line itself is so absolutely stunning in a marketing point of view, because it's like, when you think of Tim McGraw, because you all do all the time because he's your favorite artist, guess what? Think of me.
Think of me. Yeah.
So it's like, it's such a clever way to get all the people that are Tim McGraw fans to instantly be Taylor Swift fans, because like when I think of Tim McGraw, I think of her. Marketing wise.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Absolutely.
Incredible.
And I confess I've never listened to the particular Tim McGraw song that is her favorite song. I really should. You know, the thing is, and the reason why I was not locked in these eras is I am not really a country music fan.
Right.
A few exceptions. I like the Chicks. I like, you know, a few other Civil Wars and things like that. But it overall, it's not really my jam. And so what's my favorite Tim McGraw song? Well, it's Highway Don't Care. And I think of that as a Taylor Swift song, you know?
Well, yeah.
So the song is Can't Tell Me Nothing. And apparently I should have looked up the lyrics, but I think there are some lyrical parallels maybe between Tim McGraw and Can't Tell Me Nothing.
I don't know. I'll have to look that up, because I'm also not like a Tim McGraw stan of any caliber at all.
Like,
do you know what I mean?
That's okay. Like, and honestly, like Tim McGraw and like he has so much to thank Taylor about, because I am sure there are so many. I mean, she Easter egged the title of his song in the lyric sheet for Tim McGraw. Yeah. So I'm sure there are people who heard this song and maybe weren't familiar with that particular song, or weren't familiar with Tim McGraw, and probably went to listen to it.
Absolutely.
So, and I mean, there was a real synergy and a back and forth that he didn't even know was going to happen. You know. But
also, I mean, like the explosive rate that she like shot through the stratosphere. Gave him like a new set of fans. I think it is so cute though at the Country Music Awards when she like actually sings with Tim McGraw and Faith Hill, and it's so cute because she's so young, and it's just like full circle, and like she knew this was going to happen. She knew this was going to happen. This was obviously what was going to happen. This was this was the whole point of this, and now it's like this incredible moment where, you know,
we know she's
singing about Tim McGraw to Tim McGraw. You know what I mean? It's like so meta.
Didn't she open for Tim McGraw at some point as well? She
did.
So, I mean, she made it happen. She knows how to make things happen. Boy, I wish I had that power that she has.
She's really she's really into like being able to see like the long game in like an absolutely incredible way. Like incredible. you know.
And the other thing, just a few things from the video. She's got the leather bracelet on that was what it was like basically a giveaway in the first.
I have one of them, and
for debut or
the leather one.
I mean, because there's one that just has her name. There's a fearless one, and there's a speak now one.
I have the fearless.
I mean, yeah, you've got the fear. That's the one I want. I cannot tell you the amount of times I've gone on eBay. I've gone on Poshmark. There was one time I actually purchased it, and it was a very low price. And of course, the person didn't ever actually send me anything.
Oh no!
It was a whole back. I mean, I got my money back, so it was very disappointing. I would so love the brown leather fearless one. That's the one that I have my eye on. So I'll steal it from you.
I'll let you borrow it.
Missing, you'll know where it is.
I'll let you borrow it. It's probably falling apart also.
Well, that's probably it too. So but I just, she wore it in her first video, and then she basically used it as a marketing tool. And it's just, again, goes back to how she pulled all these things. And I'm sure, there were people who helped her out and made recommendations and things like that. But again, she had just such a strong character story. Like her
character was so well defined. Like the 13s, been there since the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Easter eggs, been there since the beginning. You know what I mean? Her mom and dad gluing all the sparkles onto her guitar with the 13 on it. There's been 13s that she it's no, this is how I roll. You know what I mean? And I'm just going to keep rolling like this. Yeah. You know what I mean? This is how I'm just going to keep rolling. And I love that she never gave up the little magic things that she uses in life. You know what I mean? Like the 13s and being superstitious or whatever that is. You know what I mean?
Just the numbers and the playing with the numbers and everything.
Yeah. And I love that she's no, this is how I do things. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Whether I'm super famous or not, I am rolling with 13s. You know what I mean? On everything. On my hand, on my plane, on the guitar, on literally everything, everywhere.
Everything everywhere. And when in doubt, put the numbers together, it's probably going to come up with 13.
Yes, absolutely. Without question. So what else should we have left to say about the debut?
Well, I just think that the most beautiful thing about this song and what I love so much about it is that Taylor Swift has become our Tim McGraw.
Oh, for sure.
When people think of Taylor Swift, I know the people in my life think of me. People in your life think of you.
Absolutely.
When Taylor got engaged, I had more people reach out to me with excitement than when my mom died, to be quite honest. I mean, that's what people think of when they think of us.
Isn't it? And isn't that cool though?
I love it so much.
I love it too.
It touched me so much. And I love that people will come to me and say, when I had my surgery, my sister wore a shirt, because she's a teacher, and it said in my second grade era. And she's like, oh, I wore that for you because you're having your surgery today, because she's not a Swiftie, it's really, it's such a beautiful thing. I just love, we talk so much about the Swiftie community and we love them so much, but the people who are not part of the Swiftie community, but still hear something about Taylor Swift and then think of us, is also so beautiful.
It is so beautiful. And, it takes a certain artist to be able to inspire that many people to that level where even just the name makes you think of the Swifties in your life. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Even, even just saying TS, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Even the number 13, they're ooh, Taylor. I think that's amazing that we've all bonded to her good luck charms in a way.
Yeah, exactly. We're all in it. We're on the ride and we're going. We bought the tickets and we're going. Okay.
I know. I love it.
I know. It's such a fun era. This is the album that I'm least familiar with because obviously I didn't really
Picture to Burn is so incredible. There's so many great songs on this album.
There are so many good, Mary's song. So many good songs. I'm so excited for when TSTV comes out because, you know, again, I did not experience this era at all. I know this album the least because, of course, I didn't really listen to it until she got her master's back. And so I'm like living it for the first time in a sense. So I love it so much. It's really exciting.
It's going to be, me too. I'm so excited for this one because it's also going to be like back to the beginning. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm so interested to hear her adult voice sing these songs.
Yes.
I think that she is going to use, I think she is going to use the accent. I think she will. I do. And I'll love it. I'll love it because
I love it.
I mean, I don't know. No matter what it is, I will love it because it's just going to mean so much. I think it's going to be the one that gets me. Like it's going to be my most emotional listen of a re-record because it's just such a huge span of time. You know what I mean? Like it's a huge span of time.
It is.
And everything that happened from then to now is like mind blowing. Like we all had little 13s on our hands and we were all like, you know, oh my God. So now like
to the biggest concert
where she's like dominated the entire world. Like,
I know.
And like no one liked I mean not no one but like it wasn't really ever cool to like Taylor Swift during this time period. You know what I mean? It was just such a periphery thing and like it was just like, oh, I mean I loved her immediately. I loved her immediately. Cuz she's always been able to visually produce. You can see the songs. You know what I mean? You can see the stories. So yeah. So this is our debut. Yay.
This is our debut. So please, you know, like and subscribe because we are officially counting down to the life of a showgirl.
Yes.
And for
era by era.
Era by era. So for the next 12 days, we will have a video breaking down each era. Our next era is the Fearless era.
Yay.
A favorite of mine. And we will be doing 15.
Ooh, I know. And we'll be showing pictures of ourselves.
Yes, please. Yes. If you want to see what Holly and I looked like when we were 15,
watch the next episode.
Click the little bell.
Yeah. I'm so excited for Life of the Showgirl. I can't even wait.
Please. I mean, we could just do a whole nother hour on all the stuff that's come out with the movie and the cardigan and everything. There's so much going on. We'll maybe have to do that. But until then.
Okay. Peace. Yeah. Peace. Love. And Swifties
forever.
Bye.
Bye. See you next era.
Woohoo.